Good morning, sir. Today my presentation was a study of association between disorganized retinal inner layers called DRIL and visual acuity in diabetic macular edema. There are no financial disclosures for my study. Coming to introduction, diabetic macular edema is a sight-threatening manifestation of diabetic retinopathy affecting almost 30% of individuals with more than 20 years of diabetes mellitus. Diabetic retinopathy affects the entire neurovascular unit of the retina. Recent studies have identified retinal dysfunction and structural changes resulting from neuroretinal disruption, sometimes occurring prior to the characteristic microvascular findings of diabetic retinopathy. Retinal tissue has a very organized structure, and disturbance of its layers, especially in the macular region, can reduce the visual function. So, spectral domain optical coherence tomography, or called SDOCT, provides high resolution non contact imaging of the retinal structure that can be used as a qualitative and quantitative tool to evaluate DME. OCT is the only method that provides cross-sectional images of the anatomy and topographic structure and pathologies of the retinal layers. These tools would substantially enhance patient counseling, improve risk stratification, advance clinical management, and influence selection of eyes for clinical studies targeting DME. My main aim of the study is to evaluate the association between morphology of disorganized retinal inner layers and visual acuity in patients diagnosed to have diabetic macular edema. My study was a cross-sectional observational study with 50 cases attending the OPD. It is a convenient type of sampling with 1 year of duration of the study. All the demographic details were collected, and the study was in accordance with the ethical committee guidelines, and all the patients were informed about the purpose of the study, and an informed consent was obtained. Coming to methodology, best corrected visual acuity in logMAR format was recorded, and IOV by Goldman applanation tonometry was done. Pupillary dilatation was done by 1% tropicamide eye drops after checking IOP. Dilated fundus examination with a direct ophthalmoscope and plus 90D lens, and in case of media haziness, an indirect ophthalmoscopy was done in this patient. On fundus examination, diabetic retinopathic severity was graded using EDTRS protocol. And basic blood investigations were performed like lipid profile, serum creatinine, and HbA1c. Coming to SDOCT, it was used for acquiring Sing in DME, and the OCT used is SDOCT Topcon Master 2 machine was used. In it, macular cube protocol, central macular thickness was measured. Foveal center was determined as an area that is devoid of inner retinal layers in macular region, and pathomorphology within 1 mm area around fovea was assessed for each eye. Two graders masked to the visual acuity and severity of diabetic retinopathy was analyzed with these images. DRIL is defined as horizontal extent in microns for which any boundary between the ganglion cell and the inner plexiform complex, inner nuclear layer and outer plexiform layer could not be identified. Coming to my inclusion criteria, patients with type 2 diabetes mellitus as per ADI criteria was taken, and diabetes mellitus with greater than 10 years of duration and age greater than 40 years. Center involving diabetic macular edema defined as basal SDOCT with CMT greater than 320 microns for men and more than 305 microns for women were taken. Exclusion criteria: patient with significant media opacity, patients who have underwent cataract surgery in the preceding 3 months, and patients with non-diabetic retinal pathologies affecting visual acuity, and patients who received anti-VEGF therapies or macular lasers to the eye or PRPs in preceding 6 months were excluded. Coming to my evaluation criteria on OCT, central foveal thickness and extent of DRIL were taken. Cyst, hyperreflective foci, microaneurysms, cone, outer tip visibility, and external limiting membrane of photoreceptor disruption reflectivity were evaluated. Coming to data analysis, this data was analyzed using Microsoft Excel and SPSS version of software. And Pearson correlation coefficient independent sample t-test were taken for my statistical analysis. P-value less than 0.05 was taken as significant. Coming to my results, central macular thickness increases as DRIL increases, which in turn worsens the visual acuity, and the DRIL extent showed the negative correlation with the visual acuity with Pearson correlation coefficient of 0.648. When compared with the other studies like Sun et al., which was disorganization of retinal inner layers as a predictor of visual acuity in eyes with center involved diabetic macular edema, who have taken 96 patients, and they concluded that disorganization of retinal inner layers in 1 mm foveal area is associated with visual acuity, and change in DRIL predicts future change in visual acuity. Coming to Radwan et al., where there were 55 patients were taken for association of disorganization of retinal inner layers with vision after resolving center involved diabetic macular edema, they concluded that the presence of drill at the baseline and its resolution patterns may have been associated with subsequent visual acuity after resolution of center involving diabetic macular edema. So my study concluded that disorganization of inner retinal layers is correlated with is a predictive biomarker for visual acuity in baseline center involving diabetic macular edema, and drill is a valuable and easily obtained non-invasive biomarker of visual acuity in diabetic macular edema. These are my references. Thank you.
So when the patient presented and you have studied the OCT
Yes,
and you followed up for 1 month, 1 year,
yes, sir.
right? During that you did not treat patient?
Sir?
You did not treat patient?
Actually, we were only, apart from treatment, we were only seeing the OCT findings, sir.
Yeah,
How they
but
were finding.
If you treat the patient, that
No
is
specific treatment, sir. Only drill changes were assessed.
patient has got macular edema, patient requires treatment, right? More than 360 is there your.
Yes, sir.
So that patient does not require treatment?
Who are not coming with the criteria of any other treatments were taken, sir. Thank you.